looking at all this stuff here, you know, it's frustrating. Because there are good initiatives. Some of these are some good initiatives. And I think, you know, if the majority was bold enough or considerate enough to sit down with the minority and say, hey, we're looking to solve this issue. You got any ideas? You know, my leader likes to say, you know, I never said it before, but he likes to say, you know, nothing good ever happens when there's no Republicans in the room, or something to that effect. I probably screwed it up. He can correct me. But basically, the intent is that the best legislation is legislation that is balanced. Legislation that listens to both sides of the aisle. Legislation that listens to suggestions and ideas on how to get places. Legislation that balances out all of the residents of the state of Connecticut, and not just the ones who vote for Democrats. That's not happening here, right? We try to make it happen in committee. We look at, you know, we talk and we look at things, and then it becomes a closed door. And no, you can't know what's going on. We know what's best. So looking at this, I got about $160 million of what's best for people on one side of the aisle and in their towns, in East Windsor and Bridgeport and Hartford and all of these different towns that are getting $50,000 here, $100,000 there, $300,000 pools, all kinds of stuff. It's just disappointing to me. It's disappointing that it's a whole lot of lip service. It's a whole lot of, we appreciate your opinion. It's a whole lot of, we care what you think. It's a whole lot of, no, you have a seat at the table. It's a whole lot of, we like to say how bipartisan we are, and we are in some things, right? Like certain things here and there. But I would argue that the budget is the biggest thing that we do here. It is the biggest thing that we do. It funds government. It funds initiatives. And at that, there's no room at that table because everybody's eating those Skittles, man. There's a big bowl and they ain't getting shared. So this is just, at its highlight, I would say disappointing. And if you don't call it out, if you don't call a snake, if you don't call a duck, right? You can think it's something else, but it's not, right? So at the end of the day, this budget is not the best thing for the state of Connecticut residents. We are underfunding Medicaid. We are underfunding education. We are underfunding adult education. We are underfunding initiatives that help people. And instead, we're giving money to the people who asked for it, who sit in these seats. That's it, right? And that's the ultimate disappointment to me. We're taking $2 billion out of future spending. We got our grandkids' social security number, and damn, we got some new credit cards. So we're gonna take those, we're gonna max out that spending, we're gonna just pass that debt along, because can't say no now, right? And that's, at the best, it's disappointing. At the worst, it's diabolical. I can't support this budget. I definitely cannot support the process in which this budget is put together, negotiated, contemplated. I sure as heck don't appreciate or support it being dropped at 4 o'clock in the morning and say, oh, you got 12 hours to review it, even though you're not awake. You know, we're just gonna give it to you now to count those hours. I think whoever came up with that, I don't care if it was never done in the past. I don't care if it was like a hold it to the end. It's just rude. It's just rude and inconsiderate. And it really smacks of propaganda that we know better than you. Well, 25,000 people in my district picked me to be here. They picked me. It's my job to look through this. It's my job to make those decisions that are best for my area and in my, I don't know, estimation, make the best assumptions for the state of Connecticut. And let me tell you, we had a budget. We did that. It's funny because a couple of my things always seem to manage to show up. But, you know, we did that. We showed that it could be done. And again, we weren't getting welcome to any tables for that. Instead, we were told it was a joke. couldn't be serious, couldn't be considered, wasn't worth being considered. I think that says an awful lot for this chamber. I really do. I don't know, I guess it's apropos. With that, Madam Speaker, I'm going to end my time here. Like I said, no questions for the proponent of this bill, a whole lot of statements and even more disappointment. Thank you.